Hey everybody, it's your girl Nell, and welcome to Simply Nell's Tiny Studio. How are you doing today? I hope that you are having a fantastic day. I am having a pretty decent afternoon. I spent my morning at the Wesley Chapel, Florida Goodwill. So let's talk about the treasures that I found at the Goodwill. And let's also talk about how I almost didn't go in. Because I'm fighting this battle with anxiety. You probably, hopefully you saw the short video that I posted here on YouTube. I think it was, well, the today is Tuesday, but by the time you see this, it will be Thursday. So I spent most of the morning out and about. I went to the tiny studio assistant. The tiny studio assistant had to go to work today, and so I decided that since she's only working 4 hours, I decided to take that as some self-care time, some time for me. So, and what's the funny thing is that even though my children are grown, some of them still live at home with me and they live their own lives. They live their own lives and everything. But I still find that I really, even though I'm not responsible for them, and the mothering that I used to do for them, because they're all, grown, self-reliant, responsible and all of those things. I still feel that I am caught in this loop, of mothering, of being a parent, that I probably will not get out of until, maybe Jean and I have our own place, our own spot, as a couple. I've been a mom since I was 19 years old. I had my first daughter at 19 and just maybe 3 months shy of my 20th birthday. So I am a young, mature woman right now in her 50s, her mid 50s, and I have been always around, children. And, as a mom, even though your children become grown, if they're still in the household, you're basically still in mom mood because, even though I don't have to, make sure that my children, take a bath, brush their teeth. I don't have any evening or morning routines for them. I'm not getting up in the morning making sure they're going to school. I'm not fussing at them about being on time for the school bus. I'm not doing any of those things. I'm not picking them up from school. I even though I don't have that type of routine anymore, and I'm probably, let me say, I'm about 2 years away from it, because I think the tiny studio assistant graduated in, I think she graduated in 2021. Yes, she graduated in 2022. So she's only been out of high school. It'll be coming up on 2 years. So I'm trying to get like a schedule going for myself so I can really, do some things that Nell wants to do. Really enjoy herself. And if you are, and I'm not exactly an empty nester. Like I said, I still have children living with me, but they're grown. And I guess I still feel in some ways that I'm parenting, but I'm not parenting. Do you know what I mean? I mean, what I'm trying to say is that I'm really not getting out and doing a lot of things, implementing self-care like I should be doing, and or just, doing some things for Neil. And so I'm learning to really get into just being me, And it's like a job to sit back and, try to get to know who I am again. Try to get into that groove. Who am I? Who am I without children? Who am I at this age? Um, where do I want to be? Where am I going exactly? Um, where do I see my future? You know, have I am I am I laying the foundation for that future? You know, um, it's just so much. And I guess because I had my last child, well, I started having children really in my late 20s all the way to my well, the last three children happened when I was, going into my 30s and in my mid 30s. So, that meant that I was raising children in my, 40s and coming up into my 50s. And when a lot of people that are my age, they were done with children. They were done raising their children and they were out here, and so now I'm kind of out here and I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing? I know I'm supposed to be, living, and finding myself as a middle-aged Black woman. I'm in grad school. I know that those I have goals, yes, but sometimes I feel like I'm flying by the seat of my pants. It's kind of difficult for me to really, really articulate how I'm feeling when you hear me start to say, and I'm stumbling and fumbling. When you hear me speak like that, it's because that's actually how I'm feeling. That's actually how my mind is working because I am, and I hate to say it, at this big age, I'm still in the process of finding myself, understanding who I am apart from just being somebody's wife and somebody's mother, somebody's daughter, somebody's sister. I'm still trying to figure it all out, comment in the comment section if you can understand where I'm coming from with this. It's a process, I suppose. And getting away from feeling guilty about doing certain things without my children or doing things without asking my children if they want to tag along, planning certain activities without having to say, well, I'm going to have how many children with me on this trip, or, I can't go to this place because I have this amount of children with me, and this child doesn't like this, and that child doesn't like that. I mean, trying to get out of that frame of mind is just really difficult, but I'm working on it. And on top of that, I'm working on my anxiety. I was at the Goodwill this morning, and would you know it, that at 10 o'clock in the morning, the Goodwill was packed. The parking lot was packed front and back. I was like, oh man, I thought I was doing something by getting there early, right? Wrong. But I was able to get a good parking space eventually because I circled the parking lot. I circled the parking lot about 3 or 4 times because I was still, contemplating whether or not I wanted to go in. And then when I um found a really good parking space, I sat in my truck for about 10 minutes going back and forth with myself again on whether or not I was going to walk into the store. So eventually, my first mind said, get out of this car. Girl, just go on in. So I finally made it into the store. And it wasn't as bad because my Goodwill is really big. So I think everybody was spread out. But it got a little congested in the houseware section. And then I heard an employee over the in the speaker or the intercom system, remind everyone to be 6 feet apart. Do not, reminding everyone not to clump up in areas and things like that. I was kind of happy about that because, you know, I could hear people coughing. I had my mask on though, but I could hear people coughing. And, I was in the houseware section because I was looking for specific things. But what I didn't want to do is to be caught in that aisle with 25 11 people or 50 11 people, which happened for a hot second until somebody, that message from the intercom came on that reminded everyone to be 6 feet apart. But I found a few things and I'm going to share them with you right now. Um, I went into the Goodwill today because I was looking for maybe teaware or parts to a tea service, a silver platter, maybe a silver plated platter. I was looking for crystal vases, um, maybe crystal candy dishes, things of that nature. So I didn't find any vases. I didn't find that, but I did find some interesting things, and I'm going to share them with you right now. First of all, my husband was talking about we had a set of coasters in the great room, and somehow they disappeared. And they were cute coasters too. I bought them maybe some years back at Target, and the coasters featured, it had grapes and wine bottles and things painted on them, and they were really cute. And they were sitting on the table in the great room. And it's so funny how things happen. It's that first there were five, then there were four, then there were three, then it was one, and now we're down. Now we're down to none. So, I guess that, you know, even though my children are grown, you know what I'm trying to say. My children are grown, but, they're still my children. So I guess those coasters will pop up eventually. But I found some more coasters at the Goodwill, and they are really something else. When I picked them up, I was like, ooh, what is this? Is this some type of marble? So here they are. There are, you can see, there are six of them, and they are marble coasters. So on the front of the coaster, it is, has a cork setting where you can place your cup or your glass upon. And then on the back, it has felt. So I thought that these were really, really cute. Marble coasters. What a find. And they are truly, truly heavy. They came in a pack of 6. And I don't know how much they cost. Let me look and see. I still have the package over here. Okay. Oh. They were $2.98, and this was the plastic that it was wrapped in. So I think my husband will like these because that is, to me, that's very unusual. Marble. Did you hear that? Marble coasters. Yep, marble coasters. Cork on the cork on the front, and a felt backing. So I'm going to clean these up. And they're in really good condition. So I'm going to clean these coasters up, and I'm going to put them on the table in the great room. So hopefully they won't disappear this time. I paid $2.98 for that. Then I found this candle holder. I looked to see if it was a set maybe, or um if the other pair, or if the other it looked like it had to be a pair though. And this is the candle holder. I was looking to see if its mate was somewhere else in that area, but I didn't see it. But this is the candle holder. When I saw it, I was like, hey, I like this. It is very, very heavy. So I am going to make the amateur assumption that it is crystal because it's very heavy. And let's listen. Sounds crystally. So when I saw it, I liked it. And I like the fact that you can insert a candle stick inside, or you can have a votive on the inside, or you can put one of those candle, you know, candle pillars. I was going to call candle cakes, but you can put a pillar. You could put a candle pillar here. You could put a votive right in there, or you could put a candlestick in here. So there are 3 ways that you could use this. So I was looking to see if there was another one just like it, but I didn't see it. So I thought that this was just really cute and a really good find. I think that would look really nice inside my curio. What you think? This is what it looks like on the bottom. I couldn't find a signature or anything on it. So I don't know. I don't think it's Waterford or anything because I don't see a marking on here. But you know, with a lot of things, with age and time, the signature or the marks come off. But there are no cuts. I don't see any scratches, any type of imperfections. I don't see any bubbles or anything in the glass. So this is a very well made glass candle holder. And as you can see, the design is really detailed. Look how it's cut into the glass. Look at that. Look at the top, how it's made. So I found this at the Goodwill for $6.98. Kind of expensive. Kind of expensive, but I thought it was a really great find. So I'm going to clean this up and put that in the great room. And then I came across something now. This is what I thought was a treasure. And it is a treasure, but it's not as what I thought it was. I thought I had come across some depression glass. Now, I'm not an expert on depression glass. I have some in my I collect depression glass, but I don't consider myself an expert of depression glass. If you don't know depression glass is what it depression glass started, I believe, began to be manufactured sometime, I want to say, in the late 1920s and into the 1930s during the Great Depression. And there were some manufacturers that continued to make that type of glass called depression glass up until the 1960s. So when you see it, you know it. You know that it's depression glass. And being that I was in a hurry and I was like, I got to get up out of here, I saw the bowl and I was like, hey, that's depression glass. But when I got home and did some research, I'm still not really sure if it's depression glass or not, but I'm going to let you look at it anyway. Okay, so here it is. And it reminds me of I have some Federal depression glass. Well, Federal means that's the name of the company. I have some Federal depression glass, and I think it's called Anchor depression glass, or I have cups and saucers. So when I saw this, I was like, yes, this is really cute. It's depression glass. So I picked it up immediately. It has that beautiful pale blue color, and as you see, it has the has grapes. The seams are raised. You can feel the design. The design is etched into, or I should say etched on top of the glass. It's really nice. See that scallop rim? It's in excellent condition. So excuse me. So when I got home, I wanted to see if there was any type of marking on it that would tell me or let me know definitively that this was a piece of depression glass. So when I got home and I started looking, so it cost $2.98. So when I got home and I started looking on the back, I noticed that it said France. I don't know if you can see it, but it says France. And then there's another marking, and it said Oroco. Can you see that? So I did some research on this company, and the name of the company is called Oroco, and they were a glass manufacturing company in France. And so this is not depression glass. This is a vintage bowl, glass bowl, though, because this company called Oroco, hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly, Oroco in France made some dishes back in the 1960s that resembled America's depression glass. But this is not depression glass. It is a vintage bowl in a nice, beautiful pale blue. Isn't that pretty? So I was doing some pricing on the secondhand market. So I could sell this if I wanted to for upwards of $30, $40, $50. Just one single bowl. But that's not what I'm going to do. I like it. I like it. I think it's cute and it's vintage. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put something in it and put it up inside my curio. Yep. And so what do you think? Let me know if you have some experience with depression glass or collecting depression glass, because I just simply love depression glass. I have my eye on 3 different pieces that I saw on a secondhand retailer on online, and one, well, I should say 2 pieces were butter dishes to go in the refrigerator, and then the other was a cute biscuit jar or cookie jar. And so I think the butter dishes were in that beautiful pale yellow, pale pink, and then a cookie jar was in pink. So I thought they were just really gorgeous, and they didn't cost, the price is right. So I'm really thinking about picking those items up or ordering them, and beginning my collection again. I love depression glass. I just absolutely adore it. And so I'm really, now that I'm getting over my anxiety and I'm moving along in my weight loss journey, I'm able to do a few more things that I really want to do, getting back to me, doing the things that I love. I don't have to worry about taking my children to the antique store or anything like that, thinking that they're going to pick something up and drop it. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can just, put my clothes on, get up and go and just do it. It's nothing to do it but to do it, right? Nothing to it but to do it. So that is what I picked up at the Goodwill today. And once again, like I said before, I fought with anxiety. I battled her and we just went back and forth and back and forth. And eventually I won out. I'm the winner in this. Yes. So I think the hubby is going to like these coasters. They are really cute, cork and felt on the back, and they're made of marble, which is very, very cool. I feel like that was a cool find at the Goodwill. This beautiful crystal candle holder. Yes, this is so beautiful. Let me let you look at that again. Isn't that beautiful? That is going to be a really, really cute display. And like I said, something else about this that I liked is the fact that you can display it in this manner, or you could turn it upside down. It's like as a matter of fact, it looks like that's how it was made, doesn't it? Because you see, it looks like it's two. Right, it sure does. It look like this is how it was made. Can you see the seam there? I would like to watch a glass blowing video, and I would like to really know how they were able to do this, because that's really intriguing to me. Have you ever watched glass blowing videos? Like what was the name of that show back in the day? It was called How's That Made? Oh, I love that show because I'm always interested in how things are made. Sometimes we take things for granted. There are a lot of craftsmanship behind the scenes of the things that we love. And I think that we should take the time and find out how some of the most beautiful things that we use, how they are actually made. Maybe perhaps it'll build an appreciation within us to not be so readily anxious or readily, quick to throw something out because we may feel, oh, this is old, it has no more use. I mean, because there are many things that we just toss because we feel, well, it's old, but someone else could use it. I think that's one of the things that we do in America is that we overspend and we overconsume things. And we need to really get to being more sustainable. And that's why I really love going to the Goodwill. I love antiquing because it's a way for me to pay homage to the person who actually purchased that, and who actually loved on it. And for whatever reason, it's gone on to another life. And like this bowl, I mean, who knows what was in this bowl? What type of lives this bowl may have lived. But now I get to wash it and I get to use it and I get to enjoy its beauty. I get to enjoy its craftsmanship. Um, I get to give it another life. And then, one day when I am not able to enjoy this anymore, hopefully the next owner will cherish it and love on it and give it another life. I mean, that's what it's all about. And that's how you support sustainability, you support keeping our planet healthy, and then you also support the artistry and the artisans. You support them as well by letting their works live on, right? Right. Okay, well, that is it for me. I am going to take a nap. Yes, I am. I'm going to take a nap. I hope that you have a really, really great day. And let's do a little housekeeping. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, please do, and press that like button, or also hit the notifications button bell if you would like to be notified whenever I am popping into the tiny studio. As a matter of fact, why don't you go and do that right now, and I'll wait. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate you. Speaking of sustainability, if you are interested in becoming a sustainable member of Simply Nails Tiny Studio, the link is provided in the description box. If you would like to buy Nail a cup of coffee, that link too is provided in the description box. And I would like to thank my Tiny Studio members for 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 sending me beautiful, beautiful gifts for coffee. I really enjoyed it because I was able to head to Starbucks today while I was out and about and purchase my favorite coffee, which is caramel macchiato grande, and I enjoyed it. And as I enjoyed that cup of coffee, I thought about you, my tiny studio guest. So thank you so much. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I am going to drink some cold water, and I'm going to take a nap for a little bit. But I will see you next time here in Simply Nails Tiny Studio. And I'm your girl Nail. I'll see you later. Bye bye.